Hey, vegetable people.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
The box is quite heavy. Very much.
There you go, get your bread and your cheese in there as well. That's quite heavy, that one.
Here you go, guys, can you manage?
Okay, so we're Dig. We're a box scheme, so we buy fruit and veg and cheese and milk and eggs and bread from growers and producers. We try and get all the produce from as close to Manchester as possible. Luckily enough, it's very good growing ground around Manchester.
You did the pears, you were doing the pears, and the apples, and I did the avocado.
It's a very young company, we're only 3 months old, but we've doubled our customer base in the last 2 weeks, and it's brilliant but quite scary. We're trying to get all our systems in place now.
Okay, so what we do is we do a general weight. We don't sell things by weight because obviously there's variation in size, everything. We have to make sure each box is relatively similar. So if some people get 3 onions, they might be really much heavier than someone who gets small.
Worked at Unicorn for 6 years. Met my now husband there. Wanted to be my own boss for a long time, really. We both wanted to do something which was our sort of baby, because we knew that we could work together. We had done for 2 years before leaving Unicorn, and we realised we tried a few other things, like we were going to open a veg shop and have a veg shop in Levenshulme, and the idea of standing in a shop again was kind of quite. It was a bit of a dream, but then the reality of actually sitting in a shop for 7 days a week really didn't appeal anymore, and standing there in the winter just going, some cold. We decided that wasn't the way, and then we started talking to people who were saying, oh, we'd love it delivered from Unicorn, why can't Unicorn deliver? And we know there's other box schemes already in Manchester, but hardly anyone really knew about them, and they just weren't really going, yeah, we're really great and we do really brilliant stuff, and there wasn't any vibrancy around any of the box schemes that already started.
Comes the avocados, we've got avocados this week, which is beautiful because when you order them from the wholesaler you can't tell really. Even you ask them to be ripe, but sometimes it's ripe. Some people's idea of ripe is very different to others, but today it's great because the pears are ripe and the avocados are ripe today.
We do buy from the continent. There's a cooperative, workers' cooperative in Smithfield Market called O2000, so we buy through them. They order from France and from Holland and from Italy, and we're able to buy just say 4 boxes of oranges from them, and because other businesses that are similar to us will also buy 4 boxes of oranges, and that means they can buy a whole pallet from France, and so we get the benefits of their good wholesale prices from them. So we all help each other really to run our own business by buying, collating our buying power together. We have some amazing producers as well as the fruit and veg. We also have a really nice farmer down in Cheshire who gives our eggs, and we have a dairy over in Yorkshire who produce milk and cream. We also have our organic vegetarian bakers up in Tottenham. But we're trying to keep the range quite simple at the moment, just because we absolutely know these things are brilliant, and we want to seem to be good at what we do at them, to begin with now.
We made some chutney with some of the apples that we had over from last week as well, so we're going to put those in the boxes as a bit of a seasonal
surprise.
Oh, lovely!
So food is the main reason of doing this, really, and good food, and making sure that people are getting brilliantly produced products, farmers who love what they do. We know all the farmers that we get stuff from, so it's brilliant to be able to pass that on. My heart's always told me that I wanted to do something that was a reflection of me rather than just a cash generator. My conscience has always kind of guided me to something that meant something to me. Anyone who's thinking of starting a social enterprise, if you are interested in anything passionately, then you should go for it and have it as your way of life, really, more than anything else.